to your mid-August general reading. I hope you guys are all doing well and surviving the eclipse season that is upon us. For your reading today, I have selected the Steampunk Tarot as my primary tarot deck. I will also be pulling a message from the Romance Angels. No, actually, the Oracle of Mermaids here by Lucy Cavendish. Trying to keep it light for the mid-month readings. If you want a more in-depth love reading, I do have my love forecast out for the predicting sort of the energies of the month moving forward for August, and mostly focusing on the love energies. But this is your mid-month reading covering the energies of the past, present, and future. So I'm trying to get these out early. My parents are coming into town this weekend, and it's going to be, I'm not going to have any time to do any readings over the weekend. So I do want to get these out. Virgo, for those of you in the first decan, happy birthday to you. You will be celebrating your birthday after the 21st. So right after the solar eclipse in Leo, we will be going into Virgo season. So I sort of actually see that eclipse as kind of opening new energies, and we'll see what happens for you guys during this reading. So yes, this reading is for all Virgo suns, moons, risings, and those on the cusp that may be watching. I'm going to be focusing on the most important messages and energies for the month of August with regards to your past, present, and future. So let's go ahead and get started with your reading. Spirit, what are the messages and energies that you have for the sign of Virgo for their mid-month reading, covering the energies of the past, present, and future for all of my Virgo suns, moons, risings, and those on the cusp that may be watching? What does Virgo need to know, Spirit? What are the most important messages and energies that you have for the sign of Virgo for the month of August 2017? This is their mid-month general reading. Oh, this deck is so easy to work with. The other cards that I was working with before were very hard to shuffle. Just love how easy these cards are to work with. Spirit, what are the messages and energies for the sign of Virgo? Virgo suns, moons, risings, and those on the cusp that may be watching. This is their mid-month general reading. Starting with your recent past Virgo, we have the Star. Beautiful. The Knight of Cups with the Sun. The Ten of Swords in reverse. The Eight of Cups in reverse. This is in your past. Going into your present, we have the Empress. Death. The Knight of Swords with the Knight of Wands in reverse with the World. Justice in reverse. Going into your future, we have the Six of Wands in reverse, the King of Wands with the Six of Cups, the Nine of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Your outcome for the month of August is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse with the Hermit in reverse. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, I have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So the underlying theme or challenge of your reading has to do with either some delays in travel, some delays in communication, perhaps. I sometimes see this for Aquarians who do not wish to wait for the surprise. Okay, there may be messages that are not getting through to you. Some of you may be waiting on communications, and maybe things aren't happening fast enough or as fast as you'd like them to. This is definitely about some kind of communications here, whether they're passionate communications with your lover or business communications. Remember, we do have Mercury going retrograde, and I have already started feeling the effects of the full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius that we just had. And actually, so we have the sun in Leo, we have the moon in Aquarius, we just had a lunar eclipse in the sign of Aquarius, and Mercury is going retrograde in just a few days here. So we are in the shadow period here. So there could be some communications that are delayed that you may be waiting on this month. Or it could be that, be careful what energies you set in motion, because things may be happening very quickly for you after Mercury goes direct. All right. But that won't be for quite some time. Once it's retrograde, we often do see delays around communication because Mercury does rule communication. He's a messenger. He rules travel, communication, electronics, and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I think it goes retrograde on the 11th, if I'm not mistaken. So that's it's just 2 days, in just 2 days. So you might be feeling that already. So let's begin with your past. We have a star here. And this is just a beautiful card, okay? Major Arcana, also the sign of Aquarius. And this represents being divinely guided towards, your path in life. This is hope, inspiration. It represents blessings from the universe, your angels and spirit guides protecting you, helping you move forward. This is also a card of healing and divine passage. So it's a glorious message for you in your past. And we also have the card of the Lover here with the Knight of Cups coming up with the Sun. So very possible that some of you Virgos were receiving news from a loved one. It could have been a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. I'm seeing a lot of happiness here. Someone that really does love you. And if this is your energy, if this was your energy in the past, Virgo, I'm seeing someone that was really following their heart, enjoying life, feeling loved, following love, pursuing things that make them happy. So, it's good times, right? It's good times. And I also feel like some of you Virgos letting go of something painful, getting over something that might have been a betrayal, might have been that you felt stabbed in the back, but I'm seeing this is a releasing of that. Now it could also say that there was something that you had to re-experience, something painful that you had to re-experience, and the cards are saying this is something that it's been very difficult for you to walk away from that. Okay, with the Eight of Cups in reverse. An experience that's been very difficult for you to walk away from, and perhaps something that you kind of had to rehash, you had to go over and you renew, like you felt the pain all over again kind of thing. But this may have to do with a love interest. This may also have to do with something that was very painful for you mentally. Because I often do see this as clinging to something that's over. It may be that you had to return to something, you were having a hard time walking away from something that you had to let go of. It may have been a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or your lover, or someone that maybe at one point made you feel really happy, but all the cards are saying here, it's time to let go, it's time to walk away. You're now on this path of healing. You're now meant to follow your star. Your stars are shining for you. They want you to follow your heart. They want you to follow your bliss, what makes you happy. It's time to let go of this old energy, okay? And of course, that is in your past, so we are now moving into the present here. You still have quite a lot of major arcana, okay? In your reading overall, you do have a few major arcana coming up. I'm seeing 3 of importance here. And then, of course, there are, you've got 1, 2, 3 nights in your reading. So there's a lot of movement and change here. Some of you may even be moving or have moved in the past. You've got the Empress in your present situation. So some of you are getting pregnant. Some of you are very fertile, very creative, living in abundance, feeling very open to love. Okay, this can also be a sexual energy. It can indicate romance, and it can indicate fertility. For those of you who want to get pregnant, do be careful, because the Empress is about, you know, being very fertile. We just had the full moon, so usually around the full moon, things are at their most powerful, most potent. But I'm seeing also with death here that there's some major changes coming about. It could be because of a pregnancy. Okay, someone may have become pregnant. Maybe it's your significant other. It could be an earth sign as well, a Taurus. We have Taurus and Scorpio here. Okay, well, Venus is currently in the sign of Cancer. Cancer rules the home. So there could be some changes for you in your diet. There could be changes for you around the home. This is like very significant change, so very big transformation. So like I said, it could be that some of you, it's time, and for some of you want to conceive, some of you want to become pregnant, some of you want to have a child. And this could be the beginning of that new journey for you. We also have the Knight of Swords here and Justice in reverse. So you may be dealing with an air sign or a fire sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And with the Knight of Swords here, you know, this is someone who is all about getting things done. They're very dispassionate in their approach. They just go after what they want, all right? And I'm seeing something here that has very much come to completion, something that has come to fruition. This is a huge victory, all right, with the World here. I'm definitely seeing that someone could be pregnant here, because a lot of these cards are talking about embracing and fullness and having reached a culmination point, having reached a point of a life cycle change, a major life cycle change for some of you. Or I want to say like a life stage. You've reached a critical point of mastery in your life. Okay, so some of you could be graduating from your getting your diplomas, or and school's not really in session right now, but that's what I want to say is, you know, something here, you've mastered a huge life lesson is what I want to say. Okay. And the reason why I'm saying this could be air sign energy or fire sign is because I clarified the Knight of Swords here in the present, and I also have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this could be someone that has some fire sign in their chart. Okay, so they could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And but we also have Justice in reverse here. So what does this mean for you, Virgos? Okay, well, I'm seeing that there could be, you could be working on a court case. For example, you could be involved with some issue with child support, custody, legal stuff here. There could also be some karma, some karma that has come back around involving an air sign. This could be something that you perceive to be as an injustice to you, or some karma that you have to deal with this week, this month. I'm seeing it more towards the end of the week for you, Virgo. Maybe even next week, but something here, someone is weighing their own personal motives, their own personal interests over the other person's interests. And this could be creating an imbalance. I could also say that some of you are going through a divorce right now or some kind of litigation, and this may not be in your favor, okay? It could be in the favor, it could actually be resulting in some very big changes. Some very big changes for you this month. Give me just 1 second here. Back to what I was saying is I feel like there could be some litigation here or some karma coming back your way, and it could be affecting you, all right? I'm seeing huge changes for you. It could have to do with your marital situation. Some of you could be going through a divorce. Something may have ended with an air sign / fire sign. And now you're kind of like, you're feeling very, you're ready for this new energy. I feel like you're open to love now. You're feeling very creative. You're feeling very empressy. You know, that's what I'm saying is possibly some changes here in a marriage or a legal situation that are affecting you this month, Virgo. So let's see here, going into the future, what do I see? Well, I'm feeling like some of you may have lost a court case or a court battle with the Six of Wands in reverse. It could also say that some of you feel like you're not getting recognized at work. Maybe you don't feel like you're getting the attention that you feel you deserve from your lover, from your love interest. There could also be someone who isn't being a good leader, who isn't maybe being very honorable. Could be a fire sign, or I'm just saying someone here who feels betrayed or is not acting, is not being a good leader, okay? You have actually a lot of fire sign energy coming up here. Some of you are dealing with a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. I'm actually seeing like a partnership here because we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. For the male partner, this could be if you have fire sign in your chart or dealing with a Leo. I'm seeing a definitely a Leo or Aries male here with the Six of Cups. This is someone who has fond memories. Perhaps they have fond memories of you. Perhaps they, this is someone that is, you know, wants to be good to you, very kind to you. If this is your energy, you know, the Six of Cups is the soulmate card here. So you may be thinking of someone from your past, Virgo. Maybe you were hoping that you would get some attention from them, but I'm seeing like someone here feels like they didn't receive recognition or attention. There could also be some pressure going on or anxiety happening between you and another fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius here. We got the Queen of Wands in reverse. And it feels like the female here is like dropping the ball because she feels overwhelmed. And I'm seeing like a couple here that's going through something. All right. And there's a lot of anxiety and pressure. Maybe this, you have the Nightmare card here with the Nine of Swords in reverse. There's a lot of fears here and anxieties that are getting in the way of maybe you two being together. But someone here is just feeling completely overwhelmed. I'm getting it's an Aries or a Sagittarius here. Okay, and this person may feel like they did not receive the recognition or the attention from you they were hoping. Like I said, it's a couple because we have the King and the Queen here, and maybe you all are going through something here, Virgo. Maybe you are separating from your partner. Someone here is going through possibly a divorce or a legal situation. But The male counterpart, I feel, is like they have fond memories of the past. Okay, but this is always about the past. The Six of Cups is always about the past. It's not really about the present. So it feels like the only thing separating these two people is the fears and the worries and the anxieties and the pressure. A lot of pressure between two people here coming through in my reading anyway. And this could be a very specific reading. The Queen of Wands in reverse with the Two of Pentacles in reverse indicates a female fire sign who is completely overwhelmed and is not interested in juggling. She can't maybe keep up with everything, or she's feeling very overwhelmed with her responsibilities. And there could just be a lot of pressure to keep things going, and that could be a problem. But here we are. We do have you in the outcome position. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse with your sign here, the Hermit in reverse. So what I'm getting is that some of you Virgos are feeling a little bit stuck. It could be that you feel very bogged down by work or emotion. I'm also seeing someone here who's spending way too much time alone. They could be, very antisocial. They may have withdrawn for a long time. They're feeling lost a bit on their path here, and things may not be going so well. This could be for a male Virgo that I'm reading for, and I really get that this person is feeling lost. They feel stuck. But they're also being a bit stubborn as well. Maybe maybe spending a lot of time alone, because this Hermit in reverse can sometimes represent someone who's sleeping a lot. They may be feeling depressed or antisocial. There could be some behavior like that going on. So I'm getting, Earth sign, fire sign. I have Libra, Scorpio, and Taurus in your reading. I also have Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So, and the sign of Aquarius. So, a lot of signs represented here. Remember, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So this is really saying that for some of you Virgos, it could be that you're waiting on messages or waiting on things to happen, and maybe things aren't happening as quickly as you'd like, or there's some blocked communications going on that is the basis for a lot of what's happening here. Okay, so be careful how you're communicating this month. It's a mixed bag, what I'm seeing. You have a lot of people in your reading. Like I said, you have 3 knights. Okay, you've got, and this knights often do represent events, but they can also represent people. Some really powerful major arcana energy. Okay, with the Star, the Empress, Death, and Justice in reverse. Very big changes on the way for you this month. You're probably already feeling it because both the Empress and Death are falling in your present situation. So you may need some time to kind of adjust to some major changes that are happening for you. It could be with regards to a marriage, a legal situation, a child custody situation. I'm also seeing it could be parents here or another couple, or I'm seeing like a partnership here that may be going through some stress. All right, so how you deal with the stress will be important, and maybe some of you Virgos are going to feel like you need to kind of withdraw from the world for a while. At the end of August, it may just all be too much for you. Right. So let me go ahead and pull the Oracle message, and this is for my Virgos that may be watching. Virgo, Suns, Moons, Risings, and those on the cusp. What does Virgo need to know? Spirit, please help guide them. see if a card pops up. Whoa, we got a bunch of cards. Okay, nothing popping out, so I'm going to cut the deck and turn over the first card. Farewell to the Moon. So this card often does represent the sign of Pisces. Some of you may be dealing with a Pisces, but also the cycles of the moon. It says appreciate and enjoy the lunar light and cycles. So let's talk about this message. Card 17. So there's a little message here at the beginning from the mermaids, and then there's the divination. So I'll read the message first from the mermaids. It says, we love the moon, for she is precious, and yet we are bidding her a long farewell, appreciating her energy. So yes, we just had a full moon in the sign of Aquarius, and it was a lunar eclipse. Humans are not so long-lived, and their priorities often reflect their lifespan. But we know the beautiful moon is just distancing herself little by little, and the power of the sun grows stronger. So we connect as much as we can when she is present. And if you too watch the sky and her crystal ball, you will feel the sea mother's tides and cycles dancing with the sacred moons waxing and waning. That all in the universe breathes as one, and that what is above connects and affects what is below. You humans too respond to the moon's tides, to the solar tides, to the galactic tides. The great ocean may respond more readily, but the firm earth also breathes in and out, as do the waters of this beautiful planet, all dancing with the moon and observed by this beautiful being of the sea. Connect with her, for she moves you always. Come to know her, and you will know the mystery of life. Without ever being able to speak it, it will live in your bones, blood and cells, in the water of your blood, and you will be free of the falsehoods of your human time. And come to know the times and cycles that are old, wise, and powerful. Divination. It is as natural as breathing out and breathing in. And to sink in, we need do nothing but live. Yet you are now being called to live in deeper partnership with the cycles of lunar sea, so that the magic of your life becomes fuller, deeper, richer, so that you live with more ease, flow, courage, and gratitude. Like the moon, you shine and you dim, you grow and you shrink. All these things are taught by the simple observation of walking, swimming, dwelling in the oceanic magics by moonlight. If we learn to yield and capitulate, set the tone, lead and allow another to take control at times, all will be well. This dance is echoed in the varying shapes of the moon as she yields to darkness, then grows in brightness each month. As women bleed their oceanic bloods each lunar month, 13 moons. Observe the moon. Be under her light. Withdraw with her darkening. Know what her phase was at the moment you first drew breath. It need not be complex. The simple connection will change you so that your true essence can come forth and be known by the world. So this may be confusing to some of you. It's not to me, because I've received this card so many times, and because I myself am already in tune with the moon's lunar phases. If you are a woman watching this reading, it's really important that you do connect with the moon, because the moon does affect the gravitational pull of the tides on the earth, the galactic tides and so forth. And we as humans are 70% water. We are affected by the phases of the moon. Okay, so this is about saying farewell to the moon And you may have enjoyed a lot of positive and been appreciating a lot of beautiful things under the spell of the moon when it was full. But the moon is actually, we are currently going into a waning gibbous. So the moon is starting to lose its power. It's starting to, well, not power, but it's starting to diminish. And that is also going to affect our energy, our cycles, etc. Okay, so this is about when the moon is starting to wane. We are going into the new moon phase, and we're going into solar eclipse season and so forth. The sun is going to start to grow in its strength, and the moon, your moon sign may be of importance as well during this month. Some of you may have a Pisces moon or an Aquarius moon. If you have an Aquarius moon, I think that you probably would more strongly resonate because we actually have the sign of Aquarius here. But this is about transformation. Okay, and you can actually learn a lot from the moon cycles and in terms of how you balance your energy every month. And going into a waning moon here, the moon was at its most peak fullness and is going to start to diminish in energy and in power. And that also reflects our inner lives, our emotions, ourselves. And we also need to kind of reflect the moon's energy. Naturally, we do. We grow in strength just like the moon, and we start to wane as well. So this is a natural cycle, and you are part of this natural cycle. And the more in tune you can become with the moon and her cycles, the more you can use that to your advantage, and also recognize when it's time to lead and when it's time to go back into the shadows and become softer, become darker and darken with the moon. And that has to do with our own ebb and flow in terms of our energy levels. We can't always be on, okay? We can't always have the finger on the pedal on the accelerator. It is all about the natural cycle here. And what I'm seeing is that this isn't something to be worried about, especially if you're dealing with another female who's very tied to the moon, tied to the lunar cycle. The more you can become in tune with the natural lunar cycle, the more you can learn how to channel that energy, because it is affecting all of us. It affects all of us. We're creatures on this earth. So you had your high tide, and now we're going into like the low tide, okay? Starting to let that energy become more passive. And as females, we also follow a natural cycle. So the more you can learn about how you're affected by the lunar energy and how your cycle corresponds to the moon's phases, the more knowledge you can bring to that aspect, I think, the more you can kind of prepare yourself with what's to come. And what I'm really seeing here is that you can't always be on. There's going to be a period of time where you do need to withdraw and spend some time alone, Virgo. And this is natural. All right, this is a natural phase that you're going through, and it's corresponding to the lunar cycles of the moon. You may be very, very, very connected to it, because astrologically I'm saying some of you may have a Aquarius moon, and that Aquarius full moon lunar eclipse may have affected you very strongly in some area of your life. Likely the house of your fifth house of relationships. So it's natural for you to go through these phases, all right? Well, you can let me know in the comments if you resonated with this reading. I send you off with much love and light. Many blessings, Virgo.